Welcome. Happy Mamba Day, happy Kobe Day out there. As you know, it is August 24th, 2023, and we are having a celebration, so I am here to celebrate greatness and give you everything that you need with the greatest show in the world, The Breaks. I'm your host, Michael Matthew. I have more for you, and you know I got to give you the intro because these are The Breaks. These are the breaks. You know what it is. Welcome back. I'm so happy for you guys to join me on this very beautiful Thursday morning here in Southern California. We were able to defeat a hurricane, didn't come out with too much damage here in Los Angeles, but we are here to celebrate one of the greatest athletes that this world has ever seen. It is his day, the day after the late, great Kobe Bryant's birthday. It is Mamba Day here in Los Angeles, California. So if you are out there, I know you're going to be seeing a lot of purple and gold. Number 8, number 24, because it is the great Kobe Bryant's day. And it started off with a bang because the Lakers, via Vanessa Bryant, was able to announce that the Lakers will be unveiling a beautiful Kobe Bryant statue there in front of the house that Kobe built, the Crypto.com arena. I am so excited. I've been waiting for this for a long time. It is about damn time they did it, so I know it is going to be a beautiful day. Hey, I'm just letting you guys know out there, a lot of you workplaces, workforces, or whatever, a lot of people will be calling off of work or putting in a sick day on that day because on February the 8th, 2024, once the statue is going to be put up, a lot of people are going to show up, and it is going to be a moment. Damn it, I will be out there for sure. So I'm going to have to tap in with a lot of people as we celebrate the late, great Kobe Bryant. So it's about damn time he gets a statue February 8th. I love it. The 2 because of Gigi. The 8, the 2-4. It was meant to be. Okay, so I'm excited for it. So it's Mamba Day. You know I got to talk more Kobe Bryant, so I'm going to start off with this. If you don't have Kobe Bryant in your top 5 all time, you don't know ball. Kobe Bryant is one of the most skilled, he is the most skilled basketball player that we ever seen. That 6'6" phenom came into the league at 17 years old. His parents had to sign his contract. The player that he was able to become, he is possibly the greatest scorer that we have ever seen when it comes to basketball. This guy was this great. He has more 40-point games than LeBron and Steph Curry combined so far. He has more 50-point games than LeBron, KD, and Larry Bird, 25-22. And he has more 60-point games than Michael Jordan and LeBron James, 6-5. The 122, 115 when it comes to the 40 points over LeBron and Steph. The guy was one of the greatest scorers. The guy was a great defender with so many first-team all defenses. He had no flaws in his game. He can shoot with his left hand. He can finish with his left hand. He can shoot going left, going right. He would dunk on your head, especially in his prime, even in his later days. Kobe is a guy I feel today that is one of the most disrespected basketball players of all time. You see some lists that even place him at 12, but when he was playing, people were saying he's the closest thing to Michael Jordan, who is most people's GOAT. So it makes no sense if you don't have Kobe Bryant in your top 5 NBA players of all times. Accolades, he has those. Stats, he has those. Big time moments, he has those. Championships, Kobe Bryant has everything that you need to be a top 5 player of all time. And I always say it, I believe that Kobe played in the greatest era of basketball. The slide over from the 90s, it had so many talented wings, talented bigs, great teams, and he was a part of one of the greatest teams of his era. Kobe Bryant is one of the most disrespected players of all time. If he's not in your top 5, I don't want to hear basketball from you. So since it is Kobe Day, I have to talk about Kobe even more. I'm going to give you my top 3 moments of all time from the late, great Kobe Bryant with his playing days with the Lakers. Number one for me, it has to be when he was able to secure his 5th title by defeating the Boston Celtics Game 7. We know 2008, he was beaten and battered by the Celtics, losing in 6 games, getting blown out. And he knew, I just got number 4. I have to see the Celtics before this thing is all done with that big 3 in Rondo. And he got the matchup he wanted, and he came, he showed up and showed out. Even though he struggled in Game 7, he gave us the most rebounds in a game by a guard. So Kobe always found a way to make things happen. The only player in the history of the game that I felt, as long as the Lakers were down less than 10 points with 5 minutes left, that the Lakers will be okay. I don't know how many guys I think the same about. Number 2, other than them winning and beating the Celtics, him getting number 5, surpassing Shaq, getting there right behind Michael Jordan. I'm going to go with the entire 2009 season. 2009, it was like the Lakers just were defeated. He wasn't able to get that title. He lost to the Celtics. The Lakers were on a tear. Kobe said, over my dead body, I am not bringing home the NBA championship this year. And he did exactly that, defeating the Orlando Magic there in 5 games. Kobe was determined. No matter who he faced, he made sure he brought his A game. The Lakers played some great basketball. And I still think to this day, NBA 2K, you are tripping. You need to put this 2009 team on there because I believe that they're one of the most underappreciated teams. Kobe, Trevor Ariza, Pau Gasol, Andrew Bynum, Odom, Fisher, Formar, Sasha, Shannon Brown. It was a great team, and Kobe was the leader of that team because he said, I'm not about to lose. I need number 4. I need to tie Shaq, and he did exactly that. So I'm going to go that entire season. And then one of my favorites, which is going to be number 3, 2001, the playoff run for Kobe Bryant was out of this world. He was about 21, 22 years old, and he went crazy. It was a time where he let the league know, I am here. You're going to have to deal with me that entire season. But the playoffs, he took it to a next level where the Lakers only lost 1 game that entire run. Without Kobe being as great as he was, it would have been a much tougher Western Conference. But Kobe said, Shaq, I know you're going to deal with some tough bigs in the West, so I have to dominate. And he did exactly that. He averaged 29 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists in 16 games in the 2001 playoffs. The man averaged like 33 points against one of the best defenses of that era, the San Antonio Spurs, who had home court advantage, and the Lakers swept because Kobe was just too much. So Kobe is a guy that people have to put respect on his name. These are my top 3 moments. There's so many other moments, the 60 points to retire, 81, but these things are for me as being a Laker fan and Kobe Bryant fan that I will remember forever when it comes to the game of basketball. So when I have kids, they are going to know these things about Jelly Bean, man. So I am so excited for this day. It is Mamba Day. You see the shirt, 8 plus 24 equals championships, equals the GOAT. He is the best player ever. TBE is Kobe Bryant. I'm so excited that we're celebrating him here today. And I got more for you. I am not done here with the breaks. Yours truly, Michael Matthew. I need a break because I'm so excited. I got to get some water. I hope you get something to drink, some food as well, because I got more heat for you. I'll catch you guys in a few.
What's up, y'all? This is Lexi Brown with the LA Sparks, and you're watching Infanity TV.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
United One Protection Services. With over 30 years of experience, United One Protection Services has more expertise and knowledge than the other security companies combined. Residential, commercial, municipal, or institutional, United One Protection Services does more than just security. We protect your livelihood. United One Protection Services.
Welcome back. Yours truly, Michael Matthew, here with you with more of your favorite show, The Breaks, baby. We've been talking about Kobe Bryant all day. Right when I woke up, people hit me up. Man, can you believe that he's going to get his statue? And I love it. It's about damn time. I love it. But we're going to keep it here on the Southern Cal because there's a lot of things going on with SoCal sports. Reggie Bush, the great, the legend, USC Trojan, number 5. He has said he has a defamation suit against the NCAA because it is about damn time that he gets his Heisman Trophy back. The guy didn't cheat the game. That's how I feel about this whole situation. I always felt when it came to college sports or sports, period. As long as you don't cheat the game on the field, a la taking steroids, the Astros with, cheating when it comes to knowing the pitches and things like that. I don't feel that it should be anything major put against you. And Reggie Bush didn't show up and was shot up with steroids, and that's why he dominated. His family might have took a little extra money, but that's what was going on behind people. He was just, caught, But Reggie Bush is one of the most exciting college players ever. As now with the NIL, where players are being paid and getting money and everybody knows that it's happening, it's about time for Reggie Bush to receive his Heisman so that his number can be there in the Coliseum. When you go to games, you see that beautiful number 5 there, so that he can be able to show up to the Heisman ceremony, so that he will get the respect that he deserves and needs, because he was one of the greatest and most exciting college players that I ever seen. Hell, it made a lot of people say, I want to be Reggie Bush, because we looked at him as a second coming of Barry Sanders. So it is about time for Reggie Bush to receive his Heisman Trophy back. To keep it here on SoCal, we got to talk about Showtime. Shohei Ohtani has a torn UCL in his pitching arm. He may have to go through Tommy John surgery. It's going to be crazy because he is going to be the AL MVP no matter what's going to happen. The guy has 40-plus home runs. He has 10 wins as a pitcher. There hasn't been a player with this type of season ever in the history of baseball. But this is a crazy, crazy injury, because how will it affect his free agency? As we know that he has a chance to possibly be paid anywhere from $500 to $700 million on his next contract if he's able to pitch, because pitching is something that takes him to the next level. Of course, if he decides, hey, I can only be a hitter, he's still going to be one of the best in the game. The guy, if he finished out the season, is on pace to hit 50 or more home runs, which is crazy when you think about what he did as a starting pitcher. But I'm very interested to see what's going to happen. Our team's going to say, hey, if you can't pitch, we can't pay you $700 million, to where he's going to lose money. But I'm hoping that it is somehow, some way, that this may be a blessing in disguise for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, that they're able to keep him and that they understand how great this guy is, and they throw him the money and say, hey, we're going to need you as a hitter. Get your arm together, ready to pitch, and once you're ready to dominate on that side of the field, then we can do it again. So let's see what's going to happen. You guys let me know. Is Ohtani going to lose money? Is he going to the Dodgers? Is he going to the Angels? Will this injury affect him? I don't know, but I hope that he can heal up soon. But, I got to take away from SoCal, because I can talk about SoCal sports all day because I love it. But I got to talk about, more, because there's a lot going on. And it's time for the Breakaway Report. We got to give you some NBA news, and I am so happy to talk about this. Steph versus the Magic Johnson debate. It has been something that people have been talking about for a while now because of the greatness of Steph Curry. But you need to stop it. Pump the brakes, please. Steph Curry is not the greatest point guard of all time. Hell, I don't even know if Steph Curry's position is really a point guard when it comes to him. All of his best work is when he's able to run around and move without the ball. And of course, when he has the ball in his hands, he's a dominant scorer and a great playmaker as well. But he is not Magic Johnson, guys. Like, we have to look at the numbers. I know some people don't like to do it, like to look at all of the numbers, but it's more than just that. You saw with the eye test the way that Magic was able to evolutionize the game. 6'9", career averages of 19.7 rebounds, 11 assists, and I don't mean to bash Kareem, but before Magic Johnson, Kareem only had one championship. After Magic Johnson, he was able to add some more MVPs, and he ended up with 6 NBA championships because Magic Johnson, right when he came into the league, was a winner, was a baller, should have been Rookie of the Year. But, man, just look at this. When it comes to championships, Magic owns Steph Curry. When it comes to first team All-NBA, 9-4, Magic over Steph Curry. He has him in All-NBAs, where I think Steph is going to catch him because of the longevity, because people seem to forget Magic had to retire at 32 years old. If you give Magic 3 more healthy years, he probably go to the finals a couple more times. He adds more numbers to his assist total, scoring, and all those things. He will be at a whole nother level, but people forget this. Magic has more MVPs than Steph. Magic has 2 more finals MVPs, and he has 3 more All-Star appearances. And I know we get caught up in a moment because we only can live today. We can't live in the past. We can't live in the future. So we might give too much credit to some guys that are playing today, but we can't diminish what these legends have done. In the same way I said that Kobe better be in your top 5 if you want to talk hoops with me, Magic Johnson better be in your top 5 of all times as well, because the guy is the greatest point guard of all times. He's one of the best fast break players ever. He's probably the best, our top 3 when it comes to guards playing in the post. The guy was dominant and a winner for a reason. That's why, for me, if I had to build a franchise with all of the guys who have ever played in the NBA, I am taking Magic Johnson #1 because he is truly the greatest point guard of all times, man. But to keep it hoops, USA Basketball, you're going to have the World Cup. It starts this weekend. I know we've seen some exhibitions, some great hoop, but I am so excited to see it because for me, it is a coming out party for the one and only Anthony Edwards. I said it before. He is in the class of a D. Wade, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, hell, James Harden. I think that he's the next in line to carry the torch for that shooting guard position. So I believe that you're going to see him ball out. He just dropped 30 in the exhibition game in the comeback win for the Team USA, and I think this is his coming out party. So by the end of next season, we're going to be saying that he is a top 10 player, and he's going to be in the class of Ja Morant, of Luka Doncic, and guys like that, Trae Young, because I believe that he is that special, and he is going to be ready to hoop. So I got to take you away from the guys and talk about the ladies, because we got to respect the WNBA games because there's some ballers. And speaking of ballers, one of the greatest of all times, I was lucky to meet Cheryl Miller last night there at the Sparks game as they picked up their 5th straight win. Shout out to the Sparks. They're putting it together. It looks like they're going to for sure be in the playoffs. Now they're worrying about where they're going to be slotted when it comes to playoff time, because the ladies have figured it out. They're getting healthy. I can only imagine if they could somehow get Alexi back, somehow get Chiney Ogwumike back, that this is a team that nobody is going to want to see in the playoffs, because Coach Kurt Miller is doing a hell of a job. They're playing great defense. They're getting buckets. The Sparks are a problem, WNBA world, and you need to understand that. And, of course, I have to talk about the problem of the WNBA, and it is Asia Wilson. Nobody can figure her out. She is so dominant. She just tied the career high for the WNBA with 53 points in the Las Vegas Aces win over the Atlanta Dream. That girl is amazing. By the end of her career, she is going to be in talks of the greatest WNBA player of all time. You got Diana, you got Lisa Leslie, Candace Parker, maybe a few other names that you can mention. But by the end of it all, A'ja Wilson is going to be a name that you're going to say, damn it, I am happy that I was able to watch her. I was happy that I was able to be in her presence. And Nike, what are you waiting for? Stewie has her shoe. We need a A'ja Wilson basketball signature shoe because she is that woman. She is a baller. She is a hooper. That's why the Aces are the favorites. I'm excited for this stretch of the WNBA season. It is coming down to the end, but I can't wait to see more basketball from these ladies. And you should too. And you should be excited for more of the breaks because I got something for you after this break, baby.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Chanel Gwimike, and you're watching Infanity Television. Boom.
Profanity Nation.
A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
United One Protection Services. With over 30 years of experience, United One Protection Services has more expertise and knowledge than the other security companies combined. Residential, commercial, municipal, or institutional, United One Protection Services does more than just security. We protect your livelihood. United One Protection Services.
Welcome back to your favorite show, The Breaks, with yours truly. You know I got to give you the breakdown, the NFL breakdown, that is. The final preseason games are this week. We get to finally see Aaron Rodgers on the field in a New York Jets uniform. I'm excited to see how much he's going to play. It won't be a lot, but let's see if he can go down, lead his team to get some points so that, you know, the Jets fans can be excited for the season that's going to come. But I'm excited for football. I had a few fantasy football drafts already. I know you have too. Hopefully you pick that team that's going to win you a championship, but we shall see. But man, crazy news coming out of San Francisco, the Bay Area. Sam Darnold will be the backup quarterback in San Francisco, and that trade for Trey Lance is looking like one of the worst trades in the history of the NFL. The Niners traded 3 first-round picks for a player who only gave them 4 games. Like, I thought they would give Trey more opportunities, but I understand. Brock Purdy came in and balled. He fits the system exactly what Coach Shanahan needs over there. But think about not only those draft picks that were traded for Trey Lance, but the players who came after Trey Lance in that draft. Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain, Devontae Smith, Justin Fields, Michael Parsons, Rashawn Slater. A lot of ballers. But, man, I know that's not the end for Trey, so we're going to figure out what's going to happen there with the Niners. Are they going to try to keep him as a third string? But I would love to see him move to the Minnesota Vikings and be the backup quarterback there with Kirk Cousins, who's an older quarterback. Maybe he can help groom Trey Lance, and Trey Lance can be the future over there to be able to throw to Jettas over there, Justin Jefferson, to be able to throw to Jordan Addison from USC, who's going to be a rookie this year, to be able to throw to TJ Hawkinson. Maybe that can be the move. They wouldn't have to trade a first-round pick for him. They could probably trade a fourth or fifth, but I would love to see if Trey Lance does become a player that's moved, that if the Vikings can pick him up and he can become their backup in the future for that team there, just to see what he has. CJ, Chris Jones, and Nick Bosa continue to hold out for these two mighty teams in the Chiefs and the Niners. So I don't know who's going to budge. I'm not sure if each player is kind of waiting for, I'm going to wait till he get his deal to see what he gets, or I'm going to wait for, to see his deal to see what he gets. But it's been crazy for both teams. Me being a Chief head, a part of Chiefs Kingdom, everybody's in panic mode. Will the Chiefs trade Chris Jones? I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think either guy will be traded from their team. They're too important. They're too great of players, but I'm just not sure when they're going to be there, when they're going to get money, if they're going to receive it. So it's going to be very interesting, and we're going to have to continue to keep our eye on these contract situations. Jonathan Taylor, a guy who the Colts have said they're willing to trade. He has his deadline Tuesday, but there's one team that if he goes to, as a Chief fan, I'm going to be like, damn it, that is going to be crazy, and they're going to be very scary, and that's the Miami Dolphins. Boom. If he ends up with the Miami Dolphins, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Tua there, now you give them a guy who can come and pound the ball, who can catch the ball a little bit. It will make the Miami Dolphins true Super Bowl contenders if they somehow, some way come up with a Jonathan Taylor trade. So I'm excited for football. It's going to be a lot of greatness coming from the season. The final preseason week is here. Let's see what's going to happen going forward. I am excited. Football is here, baby. Let's do it. The real games start in a couple weeks. But we got to break out with yours truly, because I got to talk about more than just sports. I'm not just some sports guy. You're breaking out with yours truly. The Ahsoka series, it is here. It is dope. The first 2 episodes were amazing. Rosario Dawson is the perfect Ahsoka. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen the rest of the way, but it's been dope fighting when it comes to the ships there. It's been dope fighting when it comes to the lightsaber combat. The story looks like it's setting up to be great. Will we see Ezra, General Thrawn? It is going to be an amazing show, so I hope that you're tapped in. Disney Plus, if you don't have it, you need to get it, especially if you are a Star Wars fan like I am. It is great so far. Another series that I'm tapping into, The Winning Time. It is season number 2. They're talking about those Showtime Lakers. They're giving you more insight on Larry Bird. So far, so good. Shout out to my guy Newton, who played Jimmy Jones, who they just traded, and he gave us a hell of a performance leaving out. But it is a dope show. Whether you agree with the book or not, it is entertainment, damn it. Go and check out the show. It is great. Shannon Sharp, he's making moves. He has his show club. Shay Shay is going to be joining Volume Sports, which is owned by Cullen Cowherd. Dope move. And he will be joining First Take September 4th. Shannon Sharp across the table from Stephen A. Smith. I am going to be tapped in. 2 guys that I respect in this industry, and 2 guys that are very, very entertaining. Shout out to Dave Chappelle. He turns 50 today. One of the greatest comedians of all time. The guy had the most classic show, the Dave Chappelle Show, which opened the doors for so many other shows and ideas. The guy was killing. During my high school years, everybody was tuning in to Dave Chappelle. He has some great stand-ups still to this day. He's one of the greatest. Is he in your top 3? I think he might be top 3 or top 5 when it comes to comedians of all time, with Richard Pryor and a few other names. So shout out to him. Shout out to Drake, 21 Savage. They're doing their thing. They've been in LA the past couple of weeks with their tour. Drake has been killing it. I know a few people who's been there, and they've been like, hey, man, Drake did his thing. But I do miss something when it comes to touring. I miss when artists would go to those cities and they would bring out artists from that city, big time artists. Because can you imagine if somehow Drake and Kendrick would have been able to squash whatever they got going on, and Kendrick showed up on the stage with Drake? It would have gave us one of the most epic hip hop moments of all time. So hopefully we can see more of that. You go to New York, bring out some New York superstars and legends. You go down south to Atlanta, bring out some superstars and legends. So shout out to Drake, 21 Savage. They are doing their thing. Continue prayers for those in Maui. Crazy situation a lot of people are dealing with, but hey, we got our prayers being sent up to you, and we have to celebrate. There's more celebration because it is Mamba Day. Shout out to Kobe for his career. Rest in peace to that man. Rest in peace to Gigi and all those who lost their lives in that accident. But we're gonna live on your legacy forever. I'm gonna go throw on my Kobe Bryant jersey, walk around and shake hands with anybody I see with a Kobe jersey on. But thank you guys so much for your time, and thank you for your love, for tuning in to me, Michael Matthew, with your favorite show, The Breaks, because these are the breaks. I'll catch you next week, guys.